Today on the Bridge Podcast, we welcome Ivan Manzo, the 2024-2025 Rialto Unified School District Student Board Member, alongside his Eisenhower High School Principal, Mrs. Kristal Henriquez-Pulido, and math teacher, Mrs. Laurie Dunbar-Smalls. As the voice of RUSD students, Ivan plays a key role in decision-making. His principal and teacher share insights on his leadership and impact at Eisenhower High School. Let's get started.
So Ivan, congratulations on, of course, becoming a Rialto Unified School District Student Board Member. How do you feel? How is it going so far? I know you're going to be here until the 24-25 school year. How do you like it?
I think it's really interesting getting to see the I don't know, I have a platform to be able to talk to more students now because it's technically my job to kind of talk to students. So now I have to engage with them, all the middle school, the elementary school, the high school, and then being able to talk to them and then being able to see a group of adults that make the decisions around the district and the important decisions, and then getting to have a vote in the board, and then just being able to just tell them the opinions of the students, and then so they could understand that, oh, this is what the students are thinking.
The preferential vote, absolutely. Yes. And it gives you kind of a wider perspective about the district, right? Because Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls and I went to Eisenhower together many, many moons ago.
Class of 88.
There you go. And one thing we didn't really know was who's our superintendent, who's our board members. And so I think it's wonderful that Rialto Unified School District allows the opportunity to have a student board member. So it kind of takes away the mystique of we always used to think it was just our principal and there was no one higher. So it's great. Lots happened in 30 years. So I do want to say you are sitting next to your favorite teacher, one of your favorite teachers, right? We don't want to get you in trouble. Talk a little bit about Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls and your favorite subject.
So I met Ms. Smalls in summer school for my junior year. And then, it was just a 2-week or a week course of AP Pre-Calc. And then every day we just got to do a unit. And then it was a long day. It was 8 hours. And then we would just go through a unit. The next day we would have a quiz on it or a test. And then we would go through another unit and then just like that. And then just being able to, I don't know, I think I did I like that style of learning. And then she taught really well. And my favorite subject now is AP Calculus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Smalls, tell us what it's like to have Ivan in the classroom.
I think it's a special situation that I have where I get to have certain students that I had them for a summer class that was more like 4 weeks, dear. Oh. But it was a long day. It went from 7:30 until I want to say 2:30. So that was a long day. And then I had him last year all school year. And then I get to see him grow, mature, and then make those decisions that young adults are having to make. Where am I applying to college? What is my major going to be? How am I going to progress? I also get to see him flourish in his ability to make sense of the material and share it with his peers that may not be able to get it as quickly as he does. But he's able to absorb it, make his own decisions about it, ask questions, and then be able to share that knowledge with his classmates. So I've enjoyed seeing his progress, and he's an amazing student. I don't have to remind him about due dates or anything, or if you don't understand something, ask a question. He'll be the first one. I don't get what you're saying. Can you say it another way or explain it to us? And I really appreciate that about him.
That's wonderful. And thank you for being here, Principal Pulido from Eisenhower High School, of course. And I do want to mention something about Eisenhower. I know it's the legacy of excellence, and we talk about different schools because there's over 30, I believe it's 31 schools in our Rialto Unified School District. And it's wonderful to see students come back as educators in the classroom and classified support staff and administrators. And of course, you are one. And can you tell us a little bit about not only Ivan, but some of the great reasons why people should select Eisenhower as the high school to go to?
I love that question. So first, I'm glad that Ms. Dunbar-Smalls specified that the class that Ivan was in did meet the state minimum requirement for instructional minutes.
It was a week long.
But also, I think it really is a testament to your teaching that for him, it felt like it was a week. Because, you imagine AP pre-calculus for 4 weeks, and to him, it didn't seem like a long summer to him. And so I just wanted to first praise your teaching skills for that, because you made it a fun classroom that he didn't see was, an entire summer.
I just want to caveat that I really appreciated D'Souza because Carter had that class for 2 or 3 summers before we were able to teach it. So that was the first class we were ever able to offer that in summer, and the kids were able to get, oh my gosh, honors credit for taking it. So I was very inspired, and I was very happy to be able to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Excellent.
Good point. So why students should choose Eisenhower? First, Ivan is great, and so we're really excited to have him on the board. He takes his job very seriously as the student board member, which is just, it's incredible, right, to have representation like Ivan, not for just my school, but all students. He's interested in what the other high schools are doing. He wants to get involved in the middle schools as best as he can, and so he's taking that role very seriously. He represents all students, and he knows that. Students should choose Eisenhower for all kinds of reasons. Just last night, we had our district science fair. Eisenhower swept every category, so it was fun. It was a joke because they just had me kind of come in. I would go on the stage and around with our students and our teachers because we are a science school now. We're doing a great job there in that aspect. Students are curious and want to learn more, and we're providing that opportunity for them. Also, when you talk about testing scores right now, academic-wise, we are blowing schools out of the water, and I'm talking about schools in competing districts, right? And we are making sure that we're competing.
So I
with
want to
them.
make sure we say that schools, even in competing districts, we are doing great with our data. And of course, a lot of this, majority of this, has to do with the rigor in the classrooms.
Yes.
It has to do with the teachers, the comprehension skills, highly qualified teachers that we
Yes.
are bringing back. And whether it's math, reading, literacy, writing, we have and I think you can explain it better. Where do you see Eisenhower going with its data? It's moving up.
Oh, so yes. Our goal is in 3 years, we're going to be a distinguished school.
There you go.
And so we haven't been a distinguished school since the 3 of us. Just so you know, everyone at this table will be, in a few days, right? In a few months, you'll be an alumni too. But we're all alumni of our school, and we know
We only have a few days.
we've been a distinguished school before, and we're on our way back to that. And so just showing that, we're up in our literacy data on CASP. We're up on our math data on CASP. Our CASP scores are going up. Our attendance rate is higher than it was last year. Our suspension rates are lower, so that means our students are behaving more. It's great behavior on campus.
And a lot of that has to do with the rigor, the programs, the culture of the school.
Right.
Right.
It comes down to the teachers, right? Our teachers are excellent in the classroom. They're not just great at teaching the concepts, but great at making relationships with students. Powerful relationships like this right here, between Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls and Ivan. We have teachers who are really, really looking for ways to connect with students and make the things that they're teaching in the class relevant to the students' lives. It's not just math that Laurie's teaching. I'm sorry, Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls is teaching, right? It's not just math. She's teaching real life skills, grit, rigor, perseverance. And then we're doing our best to connect it to their lives and where will you use this math in the future? We're doing that across the board in all subject areas. Our teachers are amazing. If a student's looking for an environment where they can feel embraced and loved by staff and challenged to do better, you want to go to Ike. On top of the fact that next year we're also going to have our 2 new buildings, and so with our
That's
new
right, the facilities, which
Yes.
is absolutely wonderful. Thanks to Measure Y, thanks to Measure A that we're putting in with our school board.
Right.
Our taxpayers, our residents, our parents bought into the education
Yes.
system
Yes.
in RUSD. So I appreciate that. I want to go back to you, Ivan. I'm not letting you off the hook. Where were you accepted for college? I know you're a senior, and what have you selected? And also tell us a little bit about what your aspirations are.
So I applied for 4 UCs, and then I applied for UC Irvine, UC Berkeley, UCLA, and then UC San Diego. And I haven't got accepted yet. I'm going to get accepted in March, hopefully. And then the one I want to get accepted to the most is UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley.
And then it has the most law program. It has a law school in Berkeley. And then just getting to be there for my 4 years of just college, getting my graduating. And then after that, just going to my 4 years of law school in Berkeley, and then just being able to build
So you want to be an attorney?
Yeah,
A lawyer.
a lawyer.
Okay. And what kind, do you know yet, or no specification?
I think a criminal justice, yeah. And then just being able to help people. At first, it was a math, something with engineering. My dad really wanted me to do engineering, but then I just realized that I don't really want to be sitting in a room just and not being able to see the impact I have on people. And I want to be able to help people
So you're more of a people person.
Yeah.
So you want to. Oh, that's wonderful.
We'll say this, though. I've heard that math majors have a very logical sense of proving things that would lead itself into a law degree as well. So you might want to look at maybe as a minor in math as a way to, improve chances of
You're
getting
just saying
into
as
the law
an
school.
English major, that checks. That sounds right.
There you go. There you go. That's great. Now, you went to Curtis Elementary School in Rialto, Sam Lee Curtis Elementary School, and believe me, I knew the former councilman. He's a wonderful person and loved children. And so then you also went to Rialto Middle School, right? And so you have gone through the system in RUSD as well. Do you remember your elementary school teacher that you liked?
Oh, I remember my kindergarten teacher. It was Miss Ford, and then she was my kindergarten teacher. I don't know, like I sometimes see her because my sister also goes to Curtis, and then like when they go walk around the schools and then sing, and then I see her and then I say hi. And
Oh, how wonderful. So you get a chance to do that. So you have a younger sister,
yes,
and is it just you two?
and then it's my a younger brother, but he's older than my sister.
Okay, and he goes to where?
Rialto right now.
Rialto Middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wonderful.
So they're doing like the exact same plan like I'm doing.
Well, you know what? They have the right mentor to follow, so that's a good thing. What is your GPA?
My unweighted? Oh, 4.53.
The weighted.
And my weighted is 4. So, yeah.
Oh, great. So, Mrs. Dunbar, I want to make sure, Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls, I want to make sure that, because this is very impressive, you've taught 30 years, coached softball for 32 years, and she actually was one of, like, a great softball player
That's what I've heard.
back when she was a student. I know that much for sure. And, of course, you taught math and calculus. Well, calculus, is that the only...
Calculus is math.
No,
Yeah.
it says on here math and calculus, but I'm saying only calculus, or is it algebra or anything else in math?
This year I'm teaching math 2,
Okay, that's what I was going to...
in addition to calculus AB and calculus BC. And I'm not sure, I'd have to check the record books on that, but I think this is our first
It is.
year in the history of Eisenhower of offering a BC class. I don't think we've ever had AP Calculus BC.
Okay, good.
I know they've had it at Rialto High for years. I know they've had it at Carter. This is our first.
And then you also attended Frisbee.
I attended Frisbee Junior High when it was 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and I attended Kelly Elementary when we were back in the days of, kindergarten through 6th grade.
And I do want to ask Ms. Dunbar-Smalls, 30 years of teaching at Rialto Unified School District. Can you give us a little resume?
I started teaching, actually my first teaching job ever was teaching summer school at Eisenhower. I remember calling Nancy O'Kelly for like assistance in geometry at the time. Mr. Baker gave me that position.
Howard
and
Baker.
then
Yes.
and then I was at Frisbee Middle School for 9 years.
Nice.
And I have been at Eisenhower for the last 21 years. Yes.
And you also coached girls softball.
Yes, I started coaching before I started teaching.
Yeah, 32 years. That's great. And I remember you were one of the standout players at Eisenhower High School in girls softball. I just did not want to be anywhere near the mound when she was batting. So, and we do know that you're a graduate of Eisenhower, and you
Yes.
attended Frisbee.
I did.
And also Kelly, Kelly Elementary School, when it was
KP Kelly Elementary.
Is it K6?
K6.
Yes,
K6.
it was K.
Okay, wow. So tell me, this would be my question to you. Have you seen the change in education? Have you seen the change in students? Or is it a little bit
Oh, absolutely.
little bit of both?
Both. Yes, definitely both. I remember coming back to Frisbee, and one of the counselors at Frisbee was Mr. Levert. And I had him in social studies when I was at Frisbee. And I would ask him, we weren't like this, were we? When, when we were in your class, he goes, oh, no, things have changed a lot. And I remember waiting to go to the high school and I wanted to see that kids were more responsible, kids were more, assertive in terms of their education. And I got to Eisenhower and I continued to wait for that. Things have changed for students. I think it's a lot harder for them because of the digital media. Like
The disruptions that come
we didn't have
into
to
their
worry
lives.
about cell phones. I was just talking to my class, this week about the fact that we didn't have cell phones when we were in college. We didn't get any. And they're like, do you know about those circle phones? I said a rotary phone. Yeah, that's what we had. So yes, I've seen changes across the board, even so much as after COVID. I think the most extreme changes that I've seen in education in the classroom has been after COVID, in the sense of where kids are at and where we used to be in terms of the content and what kids were coming to class with. So I think it's a lot more difficult for educators as well to get the kids off their phones, put them away during class so that you have their full attention and undivided attention. So yeah, I have seen all those changes. Yes.
Wow. Now, Principal Pulido, I think it's important for me to ask you, there's so many different programs. We know about the social emotional supports, there's ethnic studies. Tell us other programs that Eisenhower offers.
So we have lots of programs on campus. One that is brand new that we're really trying, we're on our second year now, is our early college program. We're really proud of it. We have Valley teachers coming down to our campus to teach courses. Currently, it's only available to 9th and 10th graders. We do have other dual enrollment courses available 9 through 12, but that is a program that's growing. We're really excited to see it continue. Our kids are excited to join it. We also have a CTE program, so we offer different pathways: law enforcement, cybersecurity, nursing, education, wood shop, CNC machines, and I'm missing one. Please come to brain it'll come to my brain in a second. On top of our performing arts, we have VAPA. I mean, Ivan's a part of our band program. It's growing. I think at the beginning of the summer, we were at like 20-something members, Ivan, and now we're at 65. And so our band is growing back. I marched when I was at Ike, and so I'm really excited to see it return to its former glory. On top of that, we have on campus, we talked about our dual enrollment programs. Our honors programs are expanding in our science classes as well. And then, like Laurie said, our math pathway has changed because now we're offering AP Pre-Calculus. She teaches our AP Calculus, and then it's the first year we have that AP Calculus BC.
Well, your sports are going strong. You also have a great fine arts program with
Yes.
Stephanie Chamberlain.
Yes.
And with your band. So, and I believe you play. What's your instrument?
I play violin with orchestra.
Wonderful. I do want to end this podcast, and I always do this with the student. So if there was one word you can describe your teacher and one word you can describe your principal, can you share that with us? There's no right or wrong answer for this. This is just think about it. It's your word. And what do you think? What's the first word you think of? No pressure. When you think of Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls?
So when I think of Miss Dunbar-Smalls, I think that she's really like intelligent. She knows how to get us like to learn as much as she's motivated, and she's just, I don't know, because with our class, because we went from AB and then now we're in BC, so most of them are like already like, we already know her, you know, and then just getting able to just be like a family with them, and then just being able to talk, and then
Personable, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't she treat all of her students like they're her children?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for Miss Pulido, the word I would give her is inspiring. Just
It's a great word. And she is.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I know you have been on the podcast a couple of times as the principal of Eisenhower
ma'am.
High School. Thank you for being a first time, Mrs. Dunbar-Smalls. And thank you, Ivan. We look forward to seeing you in graduation. We look forward to seeing you at Berkeley. And one day being that awesome attorney representing the Rialto Unified School District as a proud alumni. And I want to thank you. I'm Saida Joffrey. We'll see you next time on the Bridge Podcast.